We are joined now by CBS News chief Washington analyst, that's Robert Costa. Bob, always good to see you, especially on days like this, right, the night after the speech. What are your White House sources telling you about why he chose to deliver the speech at this particular time? And a lot of people are making notice of his delivery. Many times he seemed to be screaming at the camera. What are you hearing?
Great to be with you, Gayle. There is frustration inside the Trump administration about how the economic record's being received by some voters, how it's playing out in the press, and even among Republicans in Congress. So a lot of people close to the president told me this was a speech about reassuring not only the American people, but many Republicans to stay in line, to stay with the president as the midterms approach next year.
Well, he says that he's focused on the economy. That's what he did last night. And he says that it's good under his leadership. But the polling shows that Americans feel otherwise. What is the strategy here to keep saying it's doing well when many people who are going out in the world say, no, that's just absolutely not true, Mr. President? What's the strategy?
It's not only a strategy, it's a reaction. Think about what the Democrats did in those recent elections in Virginia, New Jersey, New York City with Zohran Mamdani, talking about the issue of affordability. And President Trump believes his record, especially in using tariffs and trade policy to affect the economy, have been successful, even if there's a real debate about that. And he wants to make his case. And there is simmering anger at times, I'm told, within the administration about how they believe he's not getting enough credit, and they want to counter the Democrats on that message.
This is another thing that has a lot of people talking. Yesterday, the president unveiled some portraits of his predecessors, and he put plaques underneath them. Many of the plaques took very, how shall we say, jabs at his predecessors, is a diplomatic way of saying it. What is the thinking here?
Well, if you look at a lot of these plaques, they're not necessarily what any journalist might call diplomatic. These are brutal attacks at times on his predecessors in the Oval Office. And when I called around last night about this, so many Trump sources say this is a prism into who President Trump is. When you look at a lot of these plaques, they reference President Trump himself. He looks at his predecessors and their records in context to his own presidency. And he is so severely critical of so many who have come before, but he also praises President Reagan and other Republicans. Whether it's the Rose Garden or these plaques leading you to the Oval Office, this is about who he is and what he wants the White House to be, just like that ballroom that's being built.
All right, Bob. Thank you. Always good to see you.